Hey, Shalom, Israel. Before I get started, as always, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahara, Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, the men who rule well over Israel. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the occupant of pushing this word in faith, love, truth, sincerity, and in diligence to the four corners of the round earth, to the sisters that are learning and to those that support the ministry. Shalom. Yes, the brother Yakana coming back at you again with another installment of GMS Practicals coming from the GMS Houston camp. And I had a lesson I just wanted to go into, something that was on my spirit all morning. Well, for most of the morning. It was talking about going into time, man. And what's important to you, And I always said this, this is back in the world, and it holds true, man. You're gonna give your time to what's important to you. I don't, you can talk all the yin yang you want to. You can say what you want. You can dress it up any kind of how you want to be, as they say. Any kind of how you want to be. But it's going to all come out in your actions, man, because they speak way louder than just words, man. When it comes to, where you stand in this thing, But the bottom line is, man, you're going to give your time to what's important to you. Cat misses coming to camp because he says, he had to work. Okay, that's understandable, man, but that has to be made up. But when you purposely missing camp so you can go get that overtime, nah, that's BS, man. That makes you a hypocrite because you can't sit here on one side of your mouth saying, this truth comes before anything, man. Don't nothing come before this truth. Nothing come before this thing hours, man. Doing the work is the most important thing. And yet you put the work on the back burner to go do whatever you want to do, Oh, man, I got to go out of town this weekend. And the truth is, you might have a 4-day weekend and you decide your girl or your wife or whatever, she want to go out of town. So now you got to please this woman as opposed to doing the work, man. And you find yourself out somewhere on a holiday, man, on a vacation, when your time should have been spent doing this work, man. If you ever find yourself in that situation, man, and you opt out to go do whatever it is, anything other than this truth, man, this work, you need to do a self-examination, man. Something's wrong with you because your time is not balanced and it ain't being well spent. Plus, you a hypocrite because you saying that this is nothing comes before this, but you starting to put stuff before this. Well, my kids got this thing going, man. I want to leave camp early so I can go watch my little girl play volleyball or go watch my son play football. Or if you on the block, man, and you sitting there going, damn, man, I'm going to miss the game because I know we ain't going to get out of camp early enough. If shit like that is going through your mind, man, this might not be for you, first of all. And secondly, you still need to do a self-examination, man. Examine yourself, man. As the scripture says, examine yourself to see where you are in this faith, man. I'm going to bring out a few scriptures, man, and pray that the elect of Israel be edified. I'm going to bring this out. This is Matthew 10 and 37. This is Yahweh Shai himself speaking. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plentiful, but the laborers are few. There's not a lot of laborers out right now, man. You got some fair weather Israelites, they'll come out when the weather's nice because being inside, staying comfy, cozy, and warm, that's more important than to coming out and doing this work in season and out of season. You got guys that, hey, man, it's summertime, man. I got to take my family on vacation to keep that woman's mouth shut. Man, get out of here with that because your ass wanted to go. You want to go too. You can't sit there and put that on them. And even if you could, you going off, man. You say nothing trumps this truth, but then you don't put the truth first, man. you're a liar and a hypocrite, man. Whatever is important to you is what you are going to give your time to. That's the bottom line, man. But we living in Babylon, man. So what do you expect to happen here? Well, what's to be expected is that we should be, we should be doing this work, man. But as the scripture says, this is Ecclesiastes 10:6, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. And the point is, at the beginning, folly is set in great dignity here, man. It ain't cool in the world's eyes to be out doing the work, man. It ain't cool to be putting up lessons when you could be playing on social media. It ain't cool by the world's standards to be out on the block pushing this pushing this truth, prophesying the downfall of this wicked ass place as we're commanded to do, as prophets. But that ain't cool by the world standards, man. And then also you got guys that done fell out, man, because they done looked at it like, okay, man, this thing, shit, it should have been happened, man. All the stuff y'all done said over the years, what happened to all that? The elder apostle Gabar went into a lesson earlier today. I watched that also, and it gave me some inspiration to do this, man. This video, which was, you had the, what happened in the year 2000, nothing happened and guys fell out, man. And guys are going to continue to fall out, man, because what's important to them is going to pull them away from this truth, man. Unless this truth happens to be what's important to you. And in that case, well, then you're going to do the work, But if this truth ain't what's important to you, it's only a matter of time, man. It was an old Brooke Benton song. It's just a matter of time. And it is, So instead of trying to get out of camp to go do this, that, and the third, or sleeping and say, oh, man, the hell with this shit. I'll just show up late, man. I'm kind of tired right now. Hey, man, your time, what you find yourself doing is what's important to you, man. Because think about this. When you was dating, just as an example, you was dating that woman, man, you did any and all, man. You made sure you was on time. You made sure you prioritized your time to be centered around her, And I guarantee you, you wasn't the first cat doing that with her. Because this other cats that done been there, man. You dig? So the point is, you prioritized your time. You made time for this woman because that was important to you. But you ain't making that same time for the truth. Because at the end of the day, man, this is not really important to you. You constantly missing putting up videos. Well, what the hell are you doing? What's important to you? You missing camp. Where are you? You doing what's important to you, whatever it is. And 9 out of 10 times, other than working, or being in a hospital, I can't think of much more, man, that would take you away from the scripture in Ecclesiastes. Folly is set in great dignity here, man. Man, I've been doing the work all this time, man, and me and my wife want to take a little vacation. Folly is set in great dignity. My son got a game, man, and I promised him I'd be there. So, hey, man, missing camp once ain't going to kill nothing, man. Folly is set in great dignity here, man. And it is. And how you spend your time shows what's important to you. Is it folly or is it this truth, man? I'll bring this out real quick. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needed not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Now, you think you can just go pick a Bible up and walk out on the street and teach? Hell no. You have to have spent time in this thing, man. His brothers got years and years, starting with the elder apostle Tahar, has over 35 years in this thing, man. Does that sound like a man that wasted his time, that squandered his time? Does that sound like a man that wasn't able to balance his time? Does that sound like a man that put anything on this planet before this truth? Hell no. And that's the mindset we got to be in, man. What did Yahweh Shai say? I came to do the will of my Father. I didn't come here to hang out and just, chill and kick it with these cats. No. Now, it's time to fellowship. Yeah, you'll get that time. But your time should be spent in this word, man, in this truth. As the elder apostle Gabar always says, in this thing of ours, man. This is what's important, You should be storing your treasures up in heaven, man, not on earth, And the way you do that is to get deeply immersed into this truth, man, into this word. You're not going to get that giving your time to silly shit. Excuse my language, shit. Man, my son is man, we meeting with college recruiters. He gonna be shooting basketball, man, at so and such. Man, okay, then what? That's more important than this truth? Well, if you find yourself sitting there talking to recruiters as opposed to preaching this word, then the answer is yes, for you. I'm gonna bring this side since I'm over here. This is I say over here in this book. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 2. And it says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season. Now, how you going to preach the word in season and out of season if your preaching is seasonal? I'm going to say that again. How you going to preach this thing in season and out of season if your preaching is seasonal? I ain't going out there today. It's too goddamn cold. Shit, man, it's raining cats and dogs out there. I ain't finna go out there. Well, shit, we supposed to be going out of town because I'm bringing my son or my daughter on a recruiting trip, going up to college. Yeah, she going up to state, man. I'm so proud of her. But how you going to preach the word in season and out of season if you ain't around to do it? Reprove, rebuke, and that should start with you. Reprove yourself, rebuke yourself, all done by self-examination, man. But to do what this says to do, what you commanded to do, it takes time, man. You got to be in this thing. Exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. You listen, if you ain't giving your time to this, you got to ask yourself, man, what's really important to you? And all you got to do is sit down and do an inventory, do a check, do a self-examination, and see where's the majority of your time going. Yeah, granted, the majority of your time will probably go to your job because you got to work. But apart from that, where's your time at, man? And when I say job, I ain't talking about that overtime shit that you volunteered for. I volunteered for that good overtime shit. Well, man, we got camp that day. Yeah, well, camp just going to have to wait. Well, camp ain't important to you now. That filthy lucre is, man. Sit down and ask yourself, do an inventory, man. Where are you spending your time? Is it at the club, which the elder apostle Tahar put the decree out we ain't supposed to be in no damn way? Of course, I hadn't been in one of them places, man. Shit, I hadn't been in a club, as a quick testimony, not to brag, but it's probably been about 20, maybe 21 years, because I'm not the club type, Or you going to do whatever, man. Whatever you find yourself doing that's taking the place of doing this work, man, or being immersed in this truth, that is what's important to you. Again, man, I'm going to say it one more time and I'm going to close on that, man. Whatever you find yourself doing is what's important to you. So what are you doing?